Welcome, everyone. I am here with Emeric Ernoult. He is the co-founder of AgoraPulse, a Facebook marketing software. And I'm thrilled to be talking to you today, Emeric. It's really, really cool that you decided to join us and chat a little bit with my audience of small business owners. I noticed that you were just voted in the top 40 digital strategists in online marketing by the Online Marketing Institute. So quite an honor. And but before we kind of talk about all that stuff, I just want to kind of give people a sense of who you are. And I looked up a couple little nuggets online and thought I'd have some fun a little bit to start out the interview. Is it true that you are into kite surfing and that you have a penchant for fast Italian motorbikes?
I do. Yeah, those two things are really true. The kite surfing is the only activity where I can empty my mind. That's the only thing that makes me not think about anything, especially business. So that's why I love it so much.
You get some of your ideas though, because that happens to all entrepreneurs, right? You finally like take some time to clear your mind and you're kite surfing and you're like, darn it, I need something to write with. Do you get your ideas then?
Maybe, yeah. I'm not sure it's connected. The one thing that's for sure, it's important for sanity, because when your brain never stops, there comes a time where you feel not sane anymore.
Yeah.
You feel crazy because you just can't empty that and get some, relax times. And everybody needs that. So I need that too.
And the fast Italian motorbikes?
Yeah, that's the one thing that killed all the points on my driver's license. I had to change the way I'm driving it. But yeah, it's also something that makes you not think about anything, because you have to focus on the driving and focus on the danger that pops in the right and left and front and back. So it's speed and vehicle are always thing for a man. It's
of course
it's a man thing, I guess, going fast and taking risks. But yeah, I'm getting older now, so I guess I'll buy some Oldsmobile or something.
Well, and you've been a risk taker, pretty much. An Oldsmobile? You're not going to buy an Oldsmobile.
I know. I'm kidding.
Does anyone drive those anymore?
Not anymore, but you can find some used ones. But
I learned to drive on one of those. It was a tank. I'm not kidding you.
It's a tank.
Yeah. But you've been a risk taker your entire life. I mean, I read that you went from business law to social media, which seems like it just seems like such a major departure. What made you make that change?
I quit a $20,000 a month job when I was 28 to just pay myself minimum wage for 5 years. So, yeah.
Now that's a risk.
Yeah, it sounds like a risk to a lot of people. It didn't to me, but it does sound like a risk. Well, it sounds like a risk to me now when I say it. Well, basically, I think you have to follow your inner guts, and being a lawyer is a great job. It's very rewarding and very interesting, but I was missing the passion side of it, and I was not passionate about it. I was not waking up in the morning and thinking to myself, I'm going to change the world today. I'm going to do something that matters. I'm going to do something I'm proud of. And I guess you can't fight these inner emotions or feelings or DNA. That's just who you are and what you want your life to be. And sometimes money is important, and sometimes being who you want to be and do what you want to do is more important than getting more money. So that let's say that was my first risk-taking motivation.
Would you say that you're doing what you've always wanted to do at this point?
I would say I'm at the place where I've always wanted to be. Yeah. I probably would like to do more and better and faster, like I said before we started the interview. But I wouldn't want to be a lawyer or an accountant or working for a big corporation. That is for sure. I know I would make a lot more money, but I think I would be not as happy as I am today.
You're on the entrepreneurial journey, which is it's kind of a fun roller coaster, right?
It is a roller coaster.
Yeah, that's for sure. Tell us a little bit about AgoraPulse. And you co-founded that in 2011. It started out as really, it's really evolved, and you've had to evolve because Facebook is constantly changing, social media is constantly changing. That's got to be a little bit frustrating and tough from a software development standpoint that's kind of reliant on another platform, right? I mean, that's tough.
Yeah, the main reason why we've evolved is not because Facebook has changed. It's because the business model we were on was not a good one. That's the main reason and the true reason. Basically, we started in 2011 proposing self-help contests and promotions and basically apps for Facebook pages, and that was a very hot topic at the time. And a lot of people wanted to get one and get more emails and get more fans, which now is not possible anymore using those apps. But the problem with that business model, it's a very short-term business model. People come in, subscribe, do their thing, and leave after 1 or 2 months. So not all of them did, but a lot of them did. And that creates a not so good business model at the end, because your monthly recurring revenue keeps doing ups and downs, and it's not sustainable. If you want to grow, you have to have people sticking around because they're using your stuff on a daily or at least a weekly basis. That what drove the evolution of the product.
And I heard you on an interview. I just heard you on an interview with Kim Garst of Boom Social. Love her, by the way. I watched that interview just to kind of get an idea. And you said something. You said that it's that AgoraPulse. You described it as a tool to help make social marketing easier, to help you engage efficiently, and to help build an asset every time you engage. And I think, for my small business owner audience, that is really crucial, because people want to know what does social mean for my bottom line? I mean, that's the question that I constantly get. So what did you mean when you described AgoraPulse that way?
Well, that's a great question. I'm going to try to answer it in less than 1 minute. Basically,
we're talking sound bites here, Emeric.
What we see. We talk to a lot of people, especially small and medium businesses, and a lot of them, if not the majority of them, see social media as a necessary evil. Like, I have to do it, I have to be there, I have to have my accounts, and I have to respond to those people. But I have to, but I don't necessarily enjoy it, and I'm not sure at all, and I have no idea if it's bringing me any bottom line value. And that's a very, very common problem among businesses, even the big ones, but the big ones don't care much because they have the budget and the time and the teams. And we've looked at how software and platforms have tried to tackle that problem and solve that problem. And basically the only way we've seen is, hey, let's put some trackable links in those tweets and in those Facebook posts and see how many people convert and click on the links and stuff. The problem with that is social media is not doing a very good job at direct response marketing. Yes. You don't get a lot of conversion. You don't get a ton of clicks. So it didn't work well because those tools were promising we're going to show you the ROI, and basically they didn't show much because there was not much to show. And so we think that the value of social lies behind the relationships and the quality of the relationships that you're able to build over time with influencers, over bloggers, depending on your business and the kind of stuff you want to promote. But for us, that is influencers, bloggers. For me, that would be agencies, social media managers, community managers. And if my tool can show me that I'm able to grow the audience of social media managers, agencies, community managers over time and get a high quality relationship with them, like lots of engagement, lots of tweets from them to my site about me in a positive way, and that kind of stuff, that shows me the value of whatever I'm doing on social. And
so tying the ROI to the engagement piece, which is such a missing link, right? I mean, really.
And to the qualification of the people you're engaging with, making sure that you can qualify who you're engaging with and who's engaging with you, and see that these people are your target audience, are your core market, are the people you really want to connect with, because these are your potential clients or your clients.
So you're not wasting time talking to the wrong people then, right?
That's exactly the point, I think. And it's only a start. You can definitely take that further and build more around that. But I think the basic core of creating value with social is making sure you can actually see and touch what you've built with it. And I think what you've built with it is high quality relationships with high quality people. And high quality people are people who are the people you're looking for, you are going after. So that's the vision. That's the big thing we're trying to build.
And is AgoraPulse, that's sort of what's on the horizon. You have part of that in the tool right now, though, right?
Yeah. I keep saying we have bits and pieces of that big vision, but we definitely want to pull it all together, and in a way that's, after 5 minutes on the tool, you get the wow, I get it. Right now, it would probably take more than 5 minutes and probably some help or some trials and errors, but we definitely want to get there. The one thing we've nailed today is helping you manage your inboxes, your incoming content in an easiest way. So that's already done.
That's huge. And that is, one of the things that I teach is efficiency with social media. Because like you said, I mean, these small business folks, they don't have massive teams to do it. And they don't want one person spending all day what they consider playing on Facebook or playing on Twitter, right? So to have any sort of tool to help them manage that and manage it efficiently is great. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, it's, to make a long story short, it just goes to a very simple thing, is that we are synchronizing every messages that are coming into your accounts, Facebook or Twitter and soon Instagram, even when you're not connected to them. And because we do that, we're able to send you alerts in the morning, say, hey, you have X number of X messages and Y mentions or retweets or, kind of monitoring stuff. You need to review, go log in, check them out, respond to what needs a response, close it, and forget it for the day and get back to work. When you use the big players like Hootsuite or Sprout, you have to be connected on them to see what's going on. They're not going to alert you. They're not going to tell you, hey, this is the 6 new stuff you have to see for today, and you have to respond to, and then you're done and you can move on and do your accounting. You have to constantly go and check them and see what's new, if there's anything that you need to respond to, and you have to, go in there yourself positively. It's not coming at you. You have to come at it. You have to go at it. And for me, it's unbearable. We are a small business, and I just can't be on Hootsuite all day. I have so much more. Many more things to do,
right?
That just checking my feed on a tool or directly on Twitter or Facebook. I just can't handle it. So what happens is I miss things all the time. I don't respond to messages and I miss comments. And so when you have a tool that does it efficiently for you, you don't have to worry about it. You know that whatever happens tomorrow morning, you'll get a notification if something needs your attention or not. And so you can relax and let social come to you and not go to social all day long.
So tell me, what is your relationship with social? Love or hate?
It's a combination of both. It's love. it's love because it has opened so many opportunities that I would have never had without social. It allows me to keep in touch with my network, both personal and professional, which is invaluable. When before that, there was no way we would have kept in touch with that many people with email or worse, phone.
No way to catch up. Yeah, there would be no way.
Impossible. And I've been able to build relationships with people who are living 8,000 miles away from me, and we feel like friends now, which is and obviously we've seen each other in real life, which is also very important and key. But it helps maintain that relationship and nurture that relationship when you're not seeing each other. And I really love that. I think it's a blessing. Well, the hate part comes by the overwhelming side of things. Like, it can be overwhelming. So you have to have rules for your own sanity as well.
And doesn't it just feel like we've added inboxes to our lives? I mean, like, first we had to respond to email, and like getting to email inbox 0 is like, woo, the greatest thing ever. And now we've added a Twitter inbox, and we've added a Facebook inbox, and we've added an Instagram inbox.
And Pinterest.
And really, that's people are looking for responses, especially if you're a brand. I mean, that you should be engaging with folks, but it can quickly get to that critical mass where you're like, enough, people, I don't want to talk to anybody anymore.
So the key is making sure you're responding to the ones who are potentially bringing value to what you're doing. That's the one thing we're going after. That's the one thing we want to fix and we want to solve.
AgoraPulse does very well. So tell us, just as a wrap up, tell us what you see in the future. Look into your little crystal ball and see what you see as the future for social marketing, Facebook in particular.
What I see in the future of Facebook in particular, that's a good question. You mean how the platform will evolve or how people are going to use it?
Both.
Well, I think there is a love-hate relationship between people and Facebook. That is for sure. There is no question about that. But Facebook is like the Google algorithm. You have to find your way to the first page of the results for the keywords that matter to you and that will bring you clients. And for Facebook, it's kind of the same. You have to leverage Facebook as best as you can to reach the right people. And it's not always using the same tactics. We use a lot of paid marketing on Facebook, not necessarily a lot of money, but sometimes 10, 15, 20 bucks a day or something like that, just to get to the key people we're going after. And without Facebook, that would be impossible. Like I'm able to target people who are managing communities or managing social media accounts
directly, which is huge.
Almost directly, and for a fraction of the cost that LinkedIn would charge me for. And that works very well. I can retarget specific traffic on my website that like I have a page on my website that's alternatives to Hootsuite, that basically states all the differences and all the benefits of using us versus Hootsuite. And I can retarget this very traffic and give them more bits and pieces about and more reasons to decide on us rather than a competitor. And so the paid part of it can do a lot of great things. And for me, the paid does much more than the organic. So people are complaining a lot about the organic, but the thing is, organic is just one side of what Facebook can give you. And it will give a lot more to nonprofits. It will give a lot more to passion brands, like you talked about my Italian motorcycle.
Yeah.
I have a Facebook page for that Italian motorcycle that I created just for fun. It has 20,000 fans. Every time I post something on that page, I get 80% reach and 30% engagement. It's crazy, but it's a passion. People are passionate about this motorbike brand. People are not passionate about my business, and probably not about yours either. And it makes sense. It's, a professional B2B serious business. I don't expect people to be passionate about the AgoraPulse. It would be a bit nuts.
Yeah, but it goes back to what Facebook is all about. I mean, it's like a cocktail party. Where people are there to socialize. So if you can find a way to get into those conversations as a brand and as a very social brand, and like you said, I mean, that's why, we've had a lot of success with nonprofits as well, because it is a feel-good subject matter, and it's something that people want to see. They want to see positive news in their feeds. So it does make sense that those folks are going to reach more. So organic reach is not dead. You just have to figure out a way to engage, right?
John Loomer, who is a good friend and a great Facebook marketing expert, has found his own way. He is talking about something that is not fun. He has a brand that is very B2B and very serious. Facebook has, there's nothing more serious than that, and not less than more fun than that.
Yeah.
And is build a community around him, his own personal story, his journey as an entrepreneur, and he's sharing a lot of stuff about him and his successes and failures and challenges and doubts, and he has created that. He has a very high reach and engagement on Facebook organically. He doesn't even need to pay for that. He does, but he doesn't need to. And it tells you one thing: it's possible for everyone to be successful at social, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or whatever it is. But it takes something that's not easy to catch and easy to find. And honestly, I'm not doing as good as how John is doing on Facebook, and I know it. And I haven't found the voice or the tone or the transparency or the time or whatever, but I know I still have to figure it out.
How about more about Italian motorbikes and your cute baby?
I did post a photo of my baby a couple of weeks after he was born. This thing, it went through the roof. It worked very well. But I can't post a picture of my baby on my business Facebook page every week. I think that would be awkward.
That would sort of be cheating too, anyway, right? I mean, that's like, kids and dogs. They do great on Facebook.
So the future is we all have to figure out our own way to leverage this asset at its best. And there is a way for everyone, but it takes time, trials, errors, and sometimes we don't have the time and we don't have the money, and we want to focus on something else. So, but it's not dead. It's here to stay for sure. And
it also helps to have tools like AgoraPulse, right?
And others, yes.
Emeric, if people want to get in touch with you, what's the best way?
Twitter is probably the best way.
Okay.
Yeah, because I do check it at least once a day, so you're ensured to have a response. Email is tough.
Okay. Yeah, I enjoyed connecting with you on Twitter, and I sure appreciate your time and your insight into this sort of complex world of social media. And I wish you the best of luck with AgoraPulse, and really, really appreciate you taking the time. Have a great day.
Thanks, Nina. Have a great day too.
Bye.
Bye.